Hey, what's up? I'm Mattia Babcock. In this video, I want to share with you a couple different stances you can have when you are circling or lunging horses that can help you if you're working with a difficult horse and they're pulling on you, just ways you can stay anchored. This is also a great follow-up if you watched my video on how you can be a good post for your horse. Part of that is your stance and how you stand. So it's very easy to get knocked off if you're like standing really narrowly. You kind of want to think, if somebody shoved me, how would I set my feet? I'm going to set my feet a little wider, right? And I can even put one foot in front of the other. My preference when I'm working with a difficult horse that's pulling a lot is I like to put one hand behind my back. So if I'm circling him to the left, I would have my left hand behind my back, and this hand is out in front of me. This is kind of my gauge. I can do a couple different things with this. I can hold and release my fingers before the horse hits the end of that line, just as a little reminder. If they're really starting to power off away from me, that's when I'm just gonna set down like this, kind of have a little bend in my knees, and have this hand behind here. And that just helps anchor me so that I don't get pulled off balance. Now, I'm small, I'm a girl, so you know, I don't have a whole lot of weight to me to be able to, you know, maneuver a horse. So, and frankly, no one has enough weight to manhandle a horse. So, and nor should you. So these stances can make a real difference. The other one that you can do, if your horse isn't too bad with these things and you don't need a real power stance, so to speak, is sometimes I'll just hold my elbow at my hip, and I'll tell myself, if my elbow comes off my hip, then I am kind of losing. That's kind of my, you know, if they pull my hand off my elbow off my hip, then I know I need to yield their hindquarters around and bring them back to me to help stop that drift. The worst case scenario that I've had to use a few times is getting lower. So like I said, you can bend your knees a little bit, and the lower you can get on the angle with your horse, the more power you're gonna have. So I've had some rough situations where you know, a young horse just decided to bolt off away from me, and it was, you know, either stop them now or they're gonna run over somebody. And so I can drop to my knees, and that'll actually give me a whole lot more leverage over my horse. So hopefully you never have to use that one, but these stances are great. I can even pivot around and watch my horse if I'm in this stance, and I just kind of keep my foot there and pivot around. And all these come in handy at one time or another as you progress. It's just good to have these in the back of your mind so that if you ever need it, it's there. So I hope you found this helpful. Press like and subscribe.